Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to talk about the new film that Ben Affleck had directed, the sports biopic drama called Air. When I found out that he was going to direct the film, it piqued my interest because I think he's an incredible filmmaker. He's one of my favorite filmmakers working to date. The three movies that he directed were a bunch of bangers. He directed Gone Baby Gone, which is a movie that fell under the radar, and I wish more people have seen it. And he directed The Town, and it's actually my favorite movie that he had made. And you got Argo, which was a fantastic film that won an Academy Award for Best Picture and Best Adapted Screenplay. And I thought he did a phenomenal job making that movie. And I've always wanted to see him direct the Batman film ever since he was cast as Batman in BVS. But he was supposed to direct the film, but then after the fallout with WB, the whole drama behind the scenes, and then his whole life, it just fell apart. But I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. I want to talk about the movie Air. It tells the story about Sonny Vaccaro, played by Matt Damon, who is a shoe salesman of Nike, and it shows you how he led to Nike in the pursuit of the greatest athlete in the world, Michael Jordan. And you got an incredible all-star cast. You got Matt Damon being the leading man, and you have Ben Affleck playing the CEO of Nike. You got Chris Tucker, which I haven't seen him act in years since I last seen him in the movie that he was in, Silver Linings Playbook, with Bradley Cooper and Jennifer Lawrence. And when he came back, I thought he really nailed it when he was in the film. It was such a great thing to see him back on screen again. And you got Jason Bateman, which I love the banter between him and Matt Damon. I thought it was incredible. And you got Viola Davis playing Michael Jordan's mother. The screen time that she had with her and Matt Damon was fantastic. I loved it. I ate it all up. Viola Davis is definitely one of the greatest actors working in Hollywood. She can do no wrong. She's great in any movie she's in. I love the structure of the story. I love that Ben Affleck was able to take the story behind the scenes drama with the company and make it more interesting and entertaining. And you don't really have to know any of the stuff of the business in order to know what's going on in the film. He completely explains it very well. They keep me very well invested from beginning to end. And I really cared what was going on with these employees, including Matt Damon, because he's taken the biggest risk of going after Michael Jordan and trying to get this whole deal made from Nike. Because right now, at the time in the mid-'80s, they were on the verge of bankruptcy and they were about to go down under because they were the lowest percentage of the company than any shoe company in the world. And Michael Jordan rejected Nike so many times, but Sonny never gave up on him because he believed in him that he could be the greatest athlete in the history, greatest basketball player in the history of the world, and he would change the world. A couple of my favorite scenes of the movie was one when he was given that incredible inspiration speech and a great sales pitch deal to Michael Jordan, and he did it out of heart, and it was my favorite scene of the whole movie that I ate it up. And another scene that stood out to me is when he told the shoemaker that it's not about the shoe, it's the person in it. And I got choked up, and it was so very well executed. Matt Damon became the heart of the film, and it was so well done. And Marlon Wayans is in the film, but don't expect much of him in the film because he's only had one scene. And the scene between him and Matt Damon was incredible. I still wish we had more of him in the movie, but you know what? It is what it is. And yes, Michael Jordan's character is in the film, but don't expect to see an actor playing it because they had a body double, and you see him walking around and you're only seeing the backside of his head. I still wish they would have gotten an actor to play Michael Jordan, but I kind of understand why they didn't do it. And overall, this might potentially be my favorite film of the year so far. This is definitely an Oscar caliber movie, and I hope that this movie gets nominated for Best Picture. I thought the entire cast nailed it. I really cared everything that was going on in the movie. I felt very inspired by this film. It was very uplifting, and it was also funny. I laughed a lot. There's a lot of good subtlety humor that was laughing, and it was so very well executed. This is a film that you cannot sleep on. I highly recommend it. This is the biggest comeback for Ben Affleck as a filmmaker, and I cannot wait to see more of his directing film project in the future because as much as I love him as an actor and I love him as Batman because he's my favorite live-action Batman on screen, but he's much better when he's behind the camera. This is where he's at his full strength. And seeing him and Matt Damon work together again, it was incredible, because the last film that they worked together on was The Last Duel, which they co-written the film together for Ridley Scott's movie, and they acted together on screen. And they also written the movie together with Good Will Hunting that won an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay. They are so great when they're working together. This is a film you cannot sleep on. Do not wait for this movie to go to streaming. You got to watch it in the theater. Go out and give them the support. And one thing I want to mention, my least favorite Ben Affleck film that he had made was several years ago when he made Live by Night, which is a criminal noir movie. But take this with a giant grain of salt. I didn't watch the whole thing. Because I watched 30 minutes of it and I just couldn't watch the rest of it. Maybe I will get around to watching the whole thing, but so far it was my least favorite. And it was one of those days that he had a bad day at the office. It happens all the time for every filmmakers. But this movie, Air, is a big win for him. And like I said before, this is probably my favorite movie of the year so far, and I know that we're so early in 2023. There's still more movies to come, and we got a lot of great banger movies that you guys should go out and see. And now, have you seen the movie Air? What did you think? I would love to know your thoughts. Just jump down in the comment section below and leave me your thoughts, because I'm curious to hear what you thought about the movie. If you really like this video, give it a thumbs up and share my video and show me support. And if you want to see more of my videos in the future, I do a lot of acting challenge videos, and there's still going to be more movie reviews to come, and there will be some TV along the way. Go and subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell notification so that you won't miss anything.